From the stars to our soul, it's worth more than all the gold. The center of any medicine wheel is extremely important and probably not talked about enough. It's the seed, the yolk of the egg. It's the spark of life that gives birth to our creative ideas. Now there's still one more direction to examine, the center. The center of every wheel stands for the incentive, the catalyst, what motivates us. The center of the plant's wheel is where the teaching plants live. They're used to show us the best way to transform ourselves. They reach in to our soul, helping us to strip away all of the molding and sculpting from this lifetime to get a pure glimpse of our true essence and purpose. That is, of course, if we use them correctly. In the animal world, we see that the two-leggeds, that's us, and the mythical animals are in the center. I believe this is a clue. Many people have spoken about the missing link in anthropology. Some have hypothesized that ancient aliens may have played a role in our genetic code. When I see the humans placed in the center of this classic wheel, along with the mythical animals, I have to wonder. Furthermore, this would mean that creatures such as Sasquatch or Bigfoot are also in the center. Mermaids, fairies, little people like the Cherokee Nunehi would all be in the center. That means we are all catalysts for change, hopefully for the better. We have the ability to change this world in undeniable ways. But is that change really good for all of the worlds on Mother Earth, the other animals, the plants, and so on? One thought that has always struck me is that if we return time and again to Earth in a new body, it would obviously be wise to make the world a better place for our future return. If we create division and destruction, we will be the ones to inherit that future. The center is where we get in touch with our soul, to transcend this life and see what we planned before we were born, and to correct our path back toward our original destination. Our incentive in life is to advance our soul down its evolutionary path until we can return to our Creator. We're trying to be the best we can possibly be. We don't want to have to relive the same mistakes over and over again, but to learn as we go, to advance, and to grow. When we have the tools and keys laid out in front of us like this, it makes it much easier than going through life blind. When we first learn about a new culture or a new skill, it's important to approach it with an open mind. We have to leave behind our preconceived opinions and judgments and be willing to learn. A new culture or a new skill might have many opportunities that come with it, many areas for advancement, for growth. But if we don't approach it with that correct point of view, to look at it with a beginner's mind so we're willing to learn and open to new experiences, we'll never be able to use these new tools that have been given to us. Life doesn't start at the moment of conception and end the second we die. In my culture, we believe it continues like a cycle. And until we learn all all of the lessons that are set out for us to learn, we can't move on to the next phase. But it's kind of like homeschooling. We have a little bit of control. We choose which lessons we're ready to learn and which lessons we want to think about and learn about in this particular lifetime. That's done on the other side before we're born. So when we're here, we forget all that. But these gifts are still presented to us. They might seem like challenges or stumbling blocks or bullies or toxic situations. And sometimes those things do occur. There's that 20% law of do occurs. 80% is our planning and karma. So when we are open-minded and we learn these other tools and skills, we have a better chance of dealing with these challenges on our path and achieving our ultimate goal that we set out to do when we were on the other side, before we were born. And that's basically what the center of any medicine wheel is about. Getting in touch with that part of us that is that spark of life, that seed, that yolk of the egg, where we can conceptualize a new idea, a new path, a new way to get our goals achieved. And this is where we can figure out where we should start. And of course, it always starts in the southeast with attitude and approach, having the correct attitude and approach, and then working our way around the wheel to achieve our successes.
From the stars to our soul, it's worth more than all the gold.